Welcome, dolls. This is Lauren Mercury here off camera, and I'm coming back to you today with another pick a card reading, and I wanted to share with you what Spirit has to say to you right now, what you need to hear to uplift you, to guide you, and to shed some very necessary enlightenment into your life at this moment. I know a lot of us are recovering from the lunar eclipse that was on the 4th of July, and we're experiencing some aftershocks, but that's okay because it's normal and it is a part of life, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share with you. So if you're coming from Instagram or Facebook, you already picked a card, whether it be surrender, centering, or wisdom. So I'm going to share with you some of what those cards might mean if you picked them. I've already lit my candle here. I don't know if you can see the flame. And I'm going to sage the area, sage the environment. Okay. Beautiful. So I'm going to start by sharing with you if you picked card number 1. We're going to go straight into it. And we're going to see what Spirit has to say to you through the message of surrender. Just a second here. So on the card surrender, right? We see a lone woman stands motionless in a field of flowers, as if caught in a poignant moment of realization. A gentle breeze carries tiny seed heads upwards, and butterflies float from her open palm, like surrendered thoughts ascending to the heavenly realms. By drawing this card, the universe is highlighting possible resistance and attachments in need of your attention. You may have reached an impasse with a challenging predicament, or perhaps you are struggling to maintain control within a situation. If you are satisfied, you can do no more. Now is a good time to let go and surrender. Let your meditation be on the words, "Thy will, not my will." Unlike its little sister, resignation, the mighty act of surrender demands that you relinquish control by opening your heart and mind to the higher power. Have faith that whatever is given will be for your highest good and for the good of all concerned. Butterflies are powerful symbols of transformation and renewal. Now is the time to embrace change, step bravely into the unknown, and surrender what you are, for which you could become. Okay, that's a beautiful message. So for my people who chose pile 1 or surrender, just know that you've done all that you could, right? You've done all that you could. I'm gonna go ahead and put these to the side. You've done all that you could, and now it's time for the universe to take hold, take charge, and put trust in something that is bigger than yourself. Put trust in the creator that made you and the universe, and put trust in the fact that the universe knows your path, knows what you need, knows what you want, and will pretty much satisfy where it's needed. Okay, let me go ahead and start pulling those cards for you. So what the messages does pile number 1 or surrender, those who have picked surrender need to hear? Right, so we already have the Hierophant. So many of you are, the first thing that I'm hearing is commitment with the Hierophant card. So a lot of you have a commitment, and it's not always about marriage. It's not always about relationships. It's a commitment. Maybe it's a signed contract. Maybe it's a publisher. Maybe it's you have a contract with an entity. You're an independent contractor. For some of you, are a mentor, or you have a mentor and this is them. For some of you, you're fighting against a system, or you're fighting against something that is kind of a stubborn energy, where it's like traditional or stubborn energy, where it says, you know, we're going to do what we've always done, and maybe you want something else. For others of you, you want the commitment. For others of you, it is about a relationship. We're going to find out more with the next card. The challenge is the Knight of Cups. So we're seeing Taurus energy. We're also seeing water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Let me move this card up a little bit. And with this card, the challenge is, for some of you, maybe I'm hearing that maybe the challenge is your dating life. Maybe between you and your partner, if you are coupled up, the romance is not there. Okay, for some of you, are dealing with an energy where your partner, or maybe even yourself, is, you know, romantically inclined but not very practical. Maybe they are, you know, things are in disarray or not in order, because maybe they're spending too much trying to invoke passion in the relationship, which is fine, but maybe they're not taking care of the finances. Maybe they're not taking it to the next step. I don't know. But this looks looking like more and more of an offer of love. Maybe it's a growing love. Maybe, you know, you want the commitment right now. It is Mercury retrograde, so any commitments made right now might have to be revisited after it goes direct. So keep that in mind. But it might be on the table with commitment. But Spirit's asking you to surrender control. I think that whatever happens is supposed to happen, as far as whether or not you're going to be committed or not with this person, if that's what you're asking for. But I think that you've done all that you could, and I think that you're maybe a by-the-book person. Maybe you did the pros and cons. Maybe you did all you could to trying to make the commitment, right? So this can be so many things, but Spirit's asking you to surrender to this energy. So the advice is the Empress. The Empress is very subtle, okay? The Empress is all about love. Well, yes, they're about love. You see the heart here. But Venusian energy is very, I don't want to use the word submissive. Hear me out. The traditional word for Empress is submissive. Okay, but what it is that she is okay. She is content with who she is. She realizes how beautiful and divinely feminine she is. And keep in mind, you could be a male or female, excuse me, a male or female with this energy, but you certainly are full. You're certainly fulfilled, okay? Just know that you're fulfilled in your own, and this person looks like they definitely want you. They might want a future with you. They might want kids with you. But if anything, they view you as the complete Aphrodite. They view you as somebody who is worthy of love. And so I'm hoping that you know that you're worthy as well. But the key to all of this is to surrender the energy and let things, or fate, if you will, work themselves out. Okay, I see that for so many of you, you've exercised so much patience for this relationship or whatever it is going on. And it's now time to just go ahead and bask in just to your own world, right? Concentrate on your own crafts. Concentrate on yourself. You know, go ahead and do that spa day. Go ahead and just take care of yourself, because I think that, you know, what's on the loom here, or what's coming up here, is starting to be a good thing for you. Let's look at the outcome of this energy. Knight of Pentacles, congratulations, because this is a great spread. I think this person is going to be more serious about committing to you. We have on the shadow side, we have Judgment card as well, okay? And what that's telling me is that, you know, this is again, we have the Judgment. We're talking about a rebirth, right? And maybe this is a rebirth of the relationship. It's like we're going to a romantic stage to a more committed stage, because I think that maybe for some of you, your partner is younger than you. And maybe with this Empress energy, it's like they're rising to the occasion, because you are someone who they have to rise to the occasion to be with, right? You're already, the catch, and they're just trying to catch you. The Knights are somebody, a swift energy. They're energy that, it's like the knight in shining armor, right? You don't have to do anything but sit and be beautiful, and beautiful inside and out, and they will rise to the occasion of having the commitment that you're asking for, because they're going to go from a Knight of Cups to a Knight of Pentacles. And Knight of Pentacles is the most mature knight of the tarot cards. And what that means is, if you're new to tarot, it means that they are very responsible, and they understand that a committed energy involves a commitment, right? It's a solid, committed energy. Just like the Hierophant is solid, committed energy, so is the Knight of Pentacles. And for a lot of you, this could mean a commitment that involves they have a stable job, they have a stable income, they're offering you something that you can stand on, they're offering you the table to come towards, they're offering you a foundation of a relationship. So if you're asking about commitment, just know that it is in the cards for you, but surrender. Know that you've done all that you can, and that you're radiating your being as someone who is marriage material, someone who's commitment material. The Empress is a committed woman most of the time, she does have a partner, and she's all about, it's the same Venusian energy. Hierophant and Empress are ruled by Venus, the planet of love and commitment. So congratulations, pile number 1, who picked surrender. Commitment's on its way, and something that is fulfilling for you, a relationship that's fulfilling for you, is on the way. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Hello. For those of you who picked centering, it's this beautiful card that we have here. It's pile number 2, and let's get started with that, okay? So if you pick centering, the delicate form of a Victorian fairy is centered within the elegant constraints of an ornate picture frame. She sits with ease and grace, comfortable in her own skin, and confident that she will not fall. She has gathered an armful of forget-me-nots, holding them closely to show the importance of remembering her message. When embarking on our journey into awareness, remaining centered and grounded is an essential part of daily practice. Meditation, spiritual study, and service to humanity can bring us closer to our divine nature. Yet if we are not sufficiently centered, we can be metaphorically blown away. Our energies can become scattered and drained, leading to potential confusion. We are unable to offer anything from a state of depletion. The centering card invites you to align with your core essence and go forward in life from a strong position of unification. The temptation to define our reality through family, job, or achievements can distract from our spiritual essence and clip the wings to our freedom. Life is constantly changing and calls us to be flexible and centered to survive. By focusing attention inward, you gain strength to act as opposed to react to external influences. Prioritizing core values and beliefs provides a strong foundation to realign your energies, creating a boundary between where you end and the outside world begins. Identifying this point is key to raising awareness amid growing external pressures of the Western world, where status and possessions are often the measure of worth. By conserving your energy for the development of spiritual progress, the pressures and illusions created by the outer world will be easier to identify. In the presence of the tension and anxiety, sometimes we need to simply breathe to regain perspective. As part of a daily practice, Breathing techniques help anchor thoughts into the present moment and quiet the relentless dialogue of the mind. Yoga is also a proven way to help unify the mind, body, and spirit. Conserve your valuable energy for where, when, and how it is most needed. Once realigned, you will feel the benefit of meeting life from a position of centeredness and clarity. So, my pile number 2s who selected centering. Centering shows up when there's a lot of chaotic energy in your life, i.e. the lunar eclipse, right? For a lot of us, we had a lot of shakeups in our environment, specifically our emotional core and our root chakra, our emotional foundation, our home, our many of us is our marriage, maybe our mother figures or the women in our family, but it's definitely something that shook us to our core. And the centering energy is there to tell you that spirituality, or however you can center yourself, whether it be sound healing, yoga, breathing techniques, mindfulness meditation, and so many forms of this beautiful practice of centering will be a benefit to you. And for me, I really was a person that was not really into stuff like this, breathing techniques, yoga. However, I realized that, finding a calm center, whether it be prayer or incantations or reading poetry or psalms or anything like that, something to center us, whether it be secular devotions or inspirational messages, it is used to get our bodies out of this fight or flight situation and into a calm, steady energy so that we can make the best decisions for ourselves. Because with this lunar eclipse energy and the chaotic nature of what's going on in our lives, if we get off kilter or off balance, we could lose what we've worked hard for, or lose what take footing off of our foundation that is making us secure. So I want to keep in mind that message as I go ahead and draw these cards for you. But I almost forgot to go ahead and sage this energy. Okay? You go ahead and do that. Oops. I need to buy matches. I'm not even sure this is working anymore. Here we go. All right. Lovely. All right. So center yourself as we go ahead and shuffle these cards, okay? What does pile number 2 need to hear about centering? About their message that you have for them, spirit guides. Go ahead and cut the cards as spirit is guiding me here. 3 of Pentacles. So 3 of Pentacles, we see 3 people who are joining together and they're working on a project, right? And what's interesting is the synchronicity with these cards, because we're talking about centering, right? And they're all focused on the center, or what the foundation is, also a foundational card. But they all have one purpose, one direction, and one, plan that those 3 are trying to work on, right? And with the 3 energy, it's not a stable energy yet. It's forming into stability, right? It's asking another person to be an objective picture. Sometimes it's a class, right? Sometimes it's a mediation. Sometimes it's a physical entity, right, that we're talking about. For some, it's an investment. So for some, it's their finances. For some, it's their health. They want to get into a more of a divinely aligned state of being, back into balance. And for this, it's a committed energy where all three of these people, I mean, you have one person that's actually teaching these two or guiding these two, but they all have something to offer, right? Because the four, the next card, the three, the successive number is four, which is a real foundation. Four is the real number foundation, and this comes before the foundation or the beginning of something is being laid out, right? Let's just look at more. The Devil. So the challenge is that if this is about finances or business, the challenge is that somebody's being very greedy. And for other people or for other situations, the energy is very manipulative. So this might be you, someone at work or in your family or friends or something like that in a project where someone's being very controlling, okay? For others, maybe again, it's like maybe you feel stuck in this area or stuck trying to figure out, what's next. Stuck trying to figure out or tempted to. For some people, it might be a tempting energy to withdraw from some funds that they're not supposed to. For some people, addiction or a temptation is leading them astray from the original plan. But I'm seeing that for a lot of you is that, it's probably not even you having this energy, it's somebody else. And it's like your anxiety is up. Your sense of self is being disturbed, and I understand, I get that, I feel that. I may not know what you're going through, so I may not completely understand, but when something is not going our way, something that we can't control, or something that we are not that we can't fully, I guess, fix or solve because somebody else is throwing a monkey wrench in the operation, it can be unsettling. And I think that so far, Spirit's telling me to go ahead and ask of you to center yourself so you can make the right decision, okay? Because good decisions and good judgments are always made from a calm, centered place, all right? Knight of Cups energy. So you may need the help of someone who's a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Maybe not. Maybe you're involved in a third-party relationship. This is romantic now, where it's like you might be tempted to go astray if you're committed, or for some of you, you're the third party in a relationship and you want that person to yourself. For some of you, practice polyamory, and there might be some jealousy issues. I don't know. Take it how it resonates, okay? But Knight of Cups, if this is a project or a business or something at work, I think that you're going to get rescued from a Knight of Cups energy, somebody who's there to help, okay? And they might be there to help you in emotional way, or maybe help you to be centered. Let's find out more. Because the outcome here is a 9 of Wands. I will say this for you. The 9 of Wands energy is somebody who's staying steadfast, someone who's willing to defend what's going on, someone who is willing to, like, maybe you're getting flustered because, again, it's a class or project and somebody is just really throwing a monkey wrench in it. Proceed to press on, but definitely center yourself and nurture yourself, okay? This person's in a position here in the 9 of Wands energy. They are actually centered and ready to fight in battle because they've already been injured in some way. Maybe it's a decision that somebody's making here that involves you. Maybe you have an addiction, or maybe you have an illness of some kind, and maybe these are doctors and they're trying to or care providers or something like that, and they're trying to understand, or they're trying to figure out what's the next what to do for you best. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're trying to figure out what's best for you right now, and you're kind of like feeling kind of left out in the cold, right? Maybe you're not feeling like you have a say-so in what's going on, and someone else is controlling the situation. I heard the word operation. Controlling the situation. But just know that, keep going, right? keep going, because I think that the Queen of Swords energy, this could be you or someone else, but it's going to involve having stronger boundaries, I think, because when the devil comes in, it's about boundaries, and it's higher vibrations. It's asking for more boundaries, right? And it might be that you consistently give and give and give, and maybe somebody is taking too much. I don't know. But center yourself, okay? Center yourself. Be helpful, but also have boundaries. I know that's kind of like, stop and then go, and then hurry up and wait. But it's definitely a delicate path here. Let's see what else I'm getting here. Yeah. So it's definitely going to involve like going off, like taking a day off from work, or going to do more, taking a day off from work, or just time away from whatever it is, time away from this right here. Going to do exercise, physical activity to center yourself as well. But whatever it is, it's like whatever's going on, you're going to make a proper judgment only if you just first come from a calm place, and then probably replan what's going on. Go ahead and write out what you want from the situation, what you don't want from the situation, and maybe try and get the advice from a Knight of Cups energy, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone helpful. Get their advice, or ask for their help. But you definitely need to know what you want. And I think that you do, but be more clear about what you want. Because the Queen of Swords is very clear and deliberate, right? Center yourself. Go and write down a plan of action, or what you want to do next after you've come to a state of calm serenity, okay? And that is the message for pile number 2 for centering. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, love and peace and happiness. Hello, pile number 3. For those of you who picked wisdom, I'm going to go ahead and sage the air real quickly so we can clear the energy for the next message that Spirit has specifically for pile number 3. Okay. Let me go ahead and sage these tarot cards as well. Okay. But put those to the side for a second. For those of you who chose wisdom, I think I'm going to choose this pile for myself, because I was talking about my wisdom teeth. I know it's just strange, correlation, but I know that there's no coincidences, or actually there are. Let me take that back. I believe there are coincidences, but I think that sometimes, certain words, like I'm clairaudient, right? And certain words kind of synchronize in the vibrational energies. And earlier today, I was thinking about my wisdom teeth, and because I got my teeth worked on today, and I think that maybe I need some wisdom. Maybe I need to channel that owl energy here for the wisdom that I might need for my life right now. What do you think? Okay, let's go ahead and get into what wisdom means in the Vintage Wisdom Oracle here. So, the last rays of the setting sun fall on this portrayal of mythic Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, and her wise protector, the little owl. As stealthy night hunters, owls are revered as powerful totems. They have the ability to see things others miss, coupled with an acute sense of instinct. In ancient Greek mythology, Athena was said to have a blind side on which the owl would sit, enabling her to see the whole truth. She wears a rose, symbolic of love and the marriage between love and truth. Ah, I love it. After all, without love, there can be no wisdom. By drawing this card, you are invited to contemplate the far-ranging consequences of important decisions. Athena calls you to reflect upon valuable insights gained from your life experiences and to decipher truth from half-truth. Wisdom is earned through the human experience of trial and error, and by trusting your inner voice over the voice of others. Nice. The willingness to learn from experience and be objective about the mistakes of the past reveals the mighty value of wisdom. A clever mind can be an asset or an enemy, but it is by no means a measure of wisdom or spiritual intelligence. There is a world of difference between the two. In the words of Sandra Carey, never mistake knowledge for wisdom. One helps you to make a living, the other helps you to make a life. If you find yourself in a predicament, Athena reminds you to use wisdom to quiet the mind and shine a light on that which needs to be seen. Beautiful energy. I know that right now in my life, I have been called to really do some introspection because I have allowed people in my life to speak as an authority on my life where maybe they weren't qualified. And because of that, I might have made some decisions that were not the right ones, or I might have went about something or a plan of action that probably needed more of my own judgment, my own voice. But I think this wisdom oracle is talked about half-truths and whole truths and love and truth and how it has to have a relationship, right? And I think that's what it entails. Because, with love is ruled by Venus. Venus is all about love. It's about commitment. It's about mutuality. It's about diplomacy. And it's about delivering truth in a way that will be received. And that's what Libra is about. So love is about speaking in a way, expressing in a way that's going to be received well, right? You want to be able to reach someone. Okay, and also it might mean to you and me that I should seek out those who have the wisdom that are more congruent with my energy, right? Someone who maybe has my similar moon sign. Why is that important? Your moon sign is how you're going to react. So if you have a moon in Aries, for example, you're going to react very quickly and maybe very assertively, right? Some situations, you might want to assert yourself or react in a way that's more calm. So maybe like in a practical way, a calm and practical, like Moon in Taurus. So you might want to have someone, not all the time with your same energy, maybe some energy that complements you, like Moon in Aries. Maybe somebody who's a Moon in Libra, right? Maybe you want to go ahead and ask them for advice. If I'm a Moon in Taurus, maybe I need to ask the advice of someone who is a Moon in Scorpio or a Scorpio Sun. You see how that works? So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards and see what areas of your life or what area is Spirit asking you to have wisdom about, or whatever else we can find, whatever else Spirit wants to reveal to us today. Oh, wow. So guess what, guys? I'm not taking all of these, but I see Two of Cups, Ace of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles. So I'm going to put those back in the deck, and if they come back out, then I know the reading is for us. But, it looks like relationships, money, and clarity, that wisdom energy, right? I'm not going to take any flyers today. I'm only going to take cards that are more from a calmer energy, but Spirit really wants to talk to you today, so I'm glad that you tuned into this reading. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the cards quickly here. Bam. All right, so the High Priestess, I love that synchronicity here. Wisdom and High Priestess are best buddies, guys. Okay, High Priestess is all about that wisdom that comes from a calm and centered place. She knows the scrolls. She knows the ancient scrolls, the ancient wisdoms. She's somebody who takes part in knowing the history of the gods and goddesses. She knows all about Athena. She knows all about, Babylonian wisdom. She knows about ancient African wisdom. She knows about spiritual scrolls of, this is the Torah she has in her hands. I don't know if you can see it, but she had the Torah in her hands, right? She is somebody who is calm, cool, collective, and a passive energy. And you might be saying, Lauren, passive energy is not very good. You need to be assertive, right? Well, passive isn't always bad, Come on, passiveness is considered, in my book, picking your battles, okay? But if you don't like the word passive, she's definitely somebody who picks her battles. And maybe you need wisdom that comes from a woman, right? Or female energy, or someone who has more knowledge than you about a subject. You could be that person, because High Priestess can be you. It could be you needing to trust your own gut. And I think for the majority, it's you, because I think that you embody the wisdom that you need to know about making a decision in your life. Okay, let's go ahead and find out more. The challenge here is the Queen of Wands. And you know what? These energies are not all the way the same here. Queen of Wands is a very quick energy. Remember when I talked about Moon and Aries earlier? Queen of Wands is somebody who makes commands on the quick judgments. She's very keen. She knows how to lead. But, maybe the Queen of Wands energy, depending on how it's placed, sometimes it could be confidence. Sometimes it could be jealousy. Sometimes it can be someone who is very dramatic. And maybe the challenge is that the dramatic energy needs to be at a calm and centered place. Or maybe this is somebody else who's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy, and you're trying your best to channel the energy. Or maybe this is you, but I'm going to find out more about what this is about. There's so many messages I'm downloading here. Two of Cups. Wow. Okay. So the advice is Two of Cups. And I think that there was energy, especially with all this blue here. Blue is indicative of communication. And I think, again, this is about wisdom. And it could be concerning relationships, a romantic one. But I think this is talking about getting wisdom from somebody and what that might look like. Two of Cups energy is something that, is a healing energy, because look at the symbol here. You see that symbol in allopathic medicine, right? It's a potion, it's a cure, it's a antibiotic, it's a natural antibiotic for those who don't like conventional medicine, and I don't blame you, but I do both. I do natural and, but anyway, it's a tangent. So right now I'm loving this energy because right now it's a stable energy here. You have the High Priestess and the Two of Cups flanking the Queen of Wands here. And Mika goes, he said, and see the outcome of this energy is the Ace of Pentacles. So this could be a contract, right? This could be a contract. This could be a business contract. This could be something about finances. This could be about a relationship. For some people, it's asking you to get a marriage and family therapist to intervene on a relationship. But I don't see that for everybody. It's for a small few of you. But I love the energy on the underside, which is Ace of Cups. So there's a renewal. There's a forgiveness. And when I say Ace of Cups, I think about, when you are thirsty and you need your thirst quenched, it's like this running water, this filtered or this pure running water that really heals, right? How many went to the beach or just got a drink of water after a long time being dehydrated and realizing how healing a water is? That's what's going on this spread, okay? You want to have maybe I think it's like you're someone who is in a higher authority, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're head of someone. You're like the head of something, a head department head. But for whatever it is, you have control of something, okay? And you're asking about what to do next, right? And you need this energy where it's like for some of you, your intuition is going to be what is what's going to serve you here in making this contract, right? For others of you, it's employing a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries to help you to move to this Ace of Pentacles energy, right? Ace of Pentacles is abundance. It's a promotion. It's also health and wealth and all those great things. But take it how it resonates. But there's a commitment here. There's some kind of commitment. I think it's definitely asking you to ask someone else. It's asking you to ask someone else about what's going on. It's not giving me a clear depiction of what's going on, but it's asking you to ask someone with the wisdom that you're looking for, someone who has more knowledge than you. That's the overall energy. But you will get to the stable energy after you seek that counsel. It could be a business consultant. Maybe you have a business and you need someone who's wiser than you, and you need to contract someone who's a consultant. Go for it, right? But make sure that you use the High Priestess energy to vet them out, okay? For some of you, it's like you want to know if this contract, this person is the right one for you, whether it be a romantic relationship or, you know, or any other kind. The answer is yeah. I think if you're asking about a specific person or business to contract or whatever, the answer is yes. Okay? For some of you, you're in a third-party relationship where you are with a third party and you want to know if they're going to choose you. The answer is yes. But I see a committed energy here. And I see a wise energy. You know, I feel like it's going to come after you get some advice from someone. And only when you do that. I think that your intuition's taking you very far. Let me see the whole card here. But I think it's time for you to get help from someone else, okay? And there's nothing bad about getting help from someone else. It's how everyone gets success in whatever area in their life, is with someone else's wisdom, who's been there and done that, right? And again, it could be a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or it could be a water sign, a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, okay? That's it for pile number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like to see more of these videos, like and subscribe, and book a reading if you want, okay? Bye.